Do you want to learn how to master the hunting here in Layton Lakes? Do you want to know how to hunt every single species with ease? Not to mention, even if you search your full map, you could go into multiplayer and search other people's maps really easily, which is a great way to find trophies. Well, this, my friends, is definitely the video for you, because here today we are going to be pretty much fully covering Layton Lakes, marking the first episode in the Maps Guide series that I have in the works for you guys here on the YouTube channel. So without further ado, my friends, no more wasting any of you guys' time. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright guys, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my loadout. Now, starting with the Forza Elite 300, this weapon is specifically for coyotes, which are here in Layton Lakes, and overall, it is just a really good 3-6 rifle that I feel like would be really useful out here in Layton, specifically for those coyotes that you're gonna see quite often. For my deer rifle, I have the Malamur 7mm. This is just overall a really good caliber in general. You can get this weapon base game, but unfortunately it's a single shot. But the 7mm is a very good deer rifle, considering that you can also shoot moose and black bear with it, as it is a class 4 to 9 rifle. I also bring with me the Valgrita 375, which is specifically for those class 7 to 9 species. So black bear, moose, pretty much any animal that I don't need full credit on. I grind with the Valgrita 375. It's a really great choice. But realistically, any 7 to 9 rifle of choice should work coming out here to Layton. And then lastly, for weapons, we have the Variant 22 LR. This is specifically for the jackrabbits and the turkeys. Does an amazing job. I love this weapon. The ammo is very cheap. And yeah, it realistically does what a 22 would do in real life. Pretty much everything you need it to those class 1 and 2 species. As for collars, I'm bringing with me the Deer Grunt collar, the Elk collar, the Fox Pro X360 electronic collar, the Moose collar, and then last but most definitely not least, the Predator Distressed Fawn collar for the bears. Also forgot to mention I'm bringing the Wild Turkey Crow collar. And yeah, that would pretty much be my full loadout here for Layton. That's what I bring with me dang near every time I come out here. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna quickly fast travel down here to this outpost. I'll catch you guys when I get there. And whitetail drink from 8 until 12 here in Layton Lake, so I'm gonna go ahead and set it to 10:30, which should guarantee them that they're gonna be in their zones. And huge credit to my friend Pro XCK for the hotspot maps. He does let me use them in my videos and in my Discord server, so definitely go show him some love. His channel link will be in the description down below. And as you guys can see on the hotspot map, we are in pretty much direct whitetail territory right now, guys. We got a coyote over there already. Now, the reason that I picked so far into their drink time, meaning 10:32 in the morning, is for a couple of different reasons. Number one being that moose will be starting to come out. Right now, I would expect that you would see them resting in the kind of dense terrain on the edge of all the river systems here in Layton. All the little nooks and crannies are perfect places for zones. And you'll either find moose feeding or resting, but within the next few hours, 12 p.m. specifically, the moose are going to start to make their way out into their drink zones. And if you look at the moose hotspot map, well, it's very similar to where the whitetail drink. So in the process of only resetting the time one time, set it to 10:25 a.m. Even if you don't have enough money to reset the time in the future, I guarantee you, as long as you have a decent weapon, you're going to be able to shoot a crap ton of whitetail and a crap ton of moose, which by the end of the day should be more than enough to reset the time. So you're essentially binding 2 drink times into one hunt here, which is something that down the road you'll end up doing quite a bit. It's really just a matter of looking at the hotspot maps and kind of getting a mental map of how you can hunt all these species at once, which really does require skill and pure mastery of the map. It is dang near impossible to remember what drinks where, what feeds where, at what time. I've found that it's really just a matter of coming out here, going for a run at this time, and just kind of looking back at all the things I found during the hunt. Got a decent level 2 whitetail deer buck right there. Getting a 0 to 75 here. Maybe we can neck shot him real quick. Ooh, no, that's a good buck out there. Holy, up to 224. It's kind of just a matter of memorizing what you found where and just taking advantage of that. Now, there is specific hotspots that I'm going to share with you here in just a second, because every map does have its hotspots, and maybe I shouldn't have took that frontal there. They'll go down eventually. If you can find the hotspots and you know right where to hunt at, that's another form of mastering the map that when you get really good at it, it's going to make the map really fun, no matter what the map is. Even Hirschfelden, for example. As for this level 2 here, is going to be a gold 201, paying $766. If you wait long enough, you can reset the time for that much right there. For my beginners that are struggling with money. Don't worry, I was once there too. It looks like our other buck died, so we'll go get on his blood. If you're planning on playing for a really long time and you want to set the time earlier, if you set the time to 7, bears drink 4 to 8, so that'll be prime time for bears. They drink pretty much everywhere there's water on the whole map, I believe, besides one tiny little lake in the north. You can hunt bears till like probably 8:15 they'll be leaving their zones by, and then that actually gives whitetail a little bit of time to get into their zones. So if you're planning on playing for several hours, if you want to make it all the way till moose time, and you want to like ration your money the best way, I would definitely recommend tossing black bear hunting in there too, because the bears pay amazing. If you've made it to the point where you can reset the time several times without like losing finances, I would recommend just hunting black bears as much as possible. Now when you're just out running through the woods casually like this, you are going to find animals here in Layton, but it won't be as dense as to say for example like Silveridge Peaks. Here in Layton, the best way to hunt animals is at their drink times, and a lot of other maps are similar to that. When you get into the kind of thicker maps like this, the maps where there's so much water that the animals are all just living directly along the edge of the river, pretty dang much. I mean, there's feed zones, rest zones, constant drink zones. There's still going to be some out in the woods, don't get me wrong. I mean, we're walking up on an undiscovered zone right now. Looks like for moose here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. But it's really thick out here in the woods, and chances are you're going to spook the animals before they even come slightly into visibility. Now, another one of my favorite places to hunt is around the Ballmount Swamp here in Layton. At those same kind of early morning times, I'll usually just pick an outpost and then run all the way around it. You're going to find all the same species, along with turkeys, hundreds of jackrabbits. As mentioned, you're going to find whitetail, you're going to creep into moose time as long as you hunt long enough. If you have it set early enough, you'll find black bear and elk here. I believe the elk would be on the east side of Ballmount, but you'll still find them here. Now, if you're watching this video to help you get better at trophy hunting here in Layton, applying all of the tips that we've talked about so far today will help you with that. Trust me. The best way to trophy hunt is just to set it to kind of one of those universal times where you're going to find multiple species and just cover as much ground as possible. You can do this in multiplayer for greater chances of finding trophies, or you can do it in your own map to try to spawn in trophies, which does work very well, especially if you're grinding and using things like herd management, which will help you get insane trophies. But if you're just looking for overall mastery of Layton so you can come out here and have a good time, strongly would suggest just running and gunning. Now also, if you want to hunt one species specifically like really hard, feel free to set it to like an hour or two before the end of their drink time, because animals can be a bit slow here in Layton getting into their zones, and then go cover the ground where they can be at as fast as possible if you do enjoy doing it one species at a time like that, which every once in a while I do like to hunt one specific species. I tend to do that in my gameplay videos quite a bit. But Layton Lakes can be a really fun map, guys. You just have to have it set to the right time and be running the right places. Is it going to be as dense of a population as like Silveridge Peaks or the new map of Ski Ridge? Absolutely not. Why? Because it's not the same map. But I mean, we already got a bear, a turkey, there's a whitetail mating call to my left, 2 turkeys. That's actually a decent one. We got a whole nother herd of whitetail out there, decent buck right there. I hear mallards calling somewheres around here. And look at that, guys, a whitetail buck in a new herd that goes up to 270. Oh my goodness, we have to shoot that one. That's a decent buck right there. 0 to 150 and aim slightly high. That should have been perfect. Now, might as well take that one too if he's just gonna stand there like that. It is currently 11:54 and this is where I'm at on the map. Laying him out, guys. Alright, so this would be the one up to 270. It's gonna be a 231 score there. Pretty solid buck for $803 there. I will definitely take that. Then we have the smaller level 2 here, which was a 174, and he's gonna pay $750. Now, another really good place for hunting here in Layton Lakes at this time, especially since we're just creeping into moose drink time here, is the high lake area here. Now, if you go to this outpost and you drop a waypoint in this corner right there, and then you run all the way around, all the way down here to this river portion, and then pick either left or right, you're gonna find so many animals. In fact, one of the first deer that I found on this map when I made the switch to PC about 7 months ago, and one of the first diamonds here on PC, was a diamond whitetail that I got just from running this high lake area at that same time frame that I was just telling you guys about. So that is definitely my favorite time frame to hunt here in Layton Lakes. A lot of good areas to check. I mean, obviously all these lakes over here on the right are all going to be really good, especially in the early mornings for bear and elk. So yeah, I would say, got another turkey over there. Let's go hunt some blacktail, and then we'll talk about night hunting here in Layton Lakes. Okay, so blacktail are one of those species kind of similar to red fox, which drink in the later hours of the day. They drink 16 to 20, so I'm going to go ahead and set the time to 18:25. I can already hear the owls hooting. shooting out there, I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself the Gen 0 night vision binoculars, which come in the night vision hunting DLC. And I believe that I actually need to, probably not gonna be shooting any turkeys at night, so we'll take the 22 out. So that way I have enough carrying space to put in my night vision binos. Now I don't need them just yet. The sun's just setting right now, so we got probably 25-30 minutes real time of blacktail hunting here. Now blacktail can be found in the upper river from the center all the way up to the top right, all the way down the right hand coast, on all the right hand lakes, and on a few of those northern lakes as well. And speaking of, we got a decent blacktail right there that hasn't made it into his drink zone yet. Just absolutely drop in with a 7mm real quick. Got another decent one right there. That's a level 3. And where were they coming from? I guarantee you they were just working their way, like, probably into one of these drink zones here. And we just caught them on the way there. Now, the blacktail deer are super populated here in Layton, and they're easy to hunt, which is a huge attraction to the map. They're some of the oldest deer species, one of the first deer species, actually, in the Hunter Call of the Wild, so they're just unique deer in general. Can only be found here in Layton, actually. That's gonna give me $700 just for a tiny little level 2 there. I will definitely take it. Now, as you guys have probably noticed here in today's video, I tend to use my deer rifle a crap ton here in Layton. Because honestly, it's a deer map. It's a North American based map. Deer, moose, and elk are probably the most common species to hunt, making them like the main attractions to this map and some of the easiest species to hunt in this map. Now, don't get me wrong, you can coyote hunt at night and there's going to be an absolute pile of them. And you can find hundreds of jackrabbits spread all over the map. But the hunting for the deer species is very good in this map. This is one of my favorite places for blacktail hunting, along with most of these right-hand lakes here, all favorites of mine for the blacktail hunting. But yeah, that's how I'd recommend you guys to hunt blacktail. There's not many other species that you're gonna find, besides like random species in their rest or feed zones, is blacktail at this time, because not any other species drink at this time as far as I'm aware. I believe right at the beginning of blacktail time, that's when moose end drinking. But yeah, if you have enough in-game money, definitely set it to blacktail time and give it a chance. It's really fun. See, there's a decent herd of them. Sometimes you just gotta run for a second. Got a 3 up to 142, up to 136, 122. Alright, so that's a decent one in the back. Let's see how far we can shoot with the 7mm here, so make sure that there's no diamonds around us. Sometimes it's smart just to do a full 360 before you shoot an animal. Oh, and he's giving us a better angle. Perfect. That should have been decent. Yeah, he's dropping pretty dang fast too. And as you can see, it's pretty much fully nighttime now, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and grab my night vision binos and drag them into my bino slot. So now, even though that it might still be slightly too bright outside, I have my night vision binos. But there's another decent one right there. I'm gonna try to grab that real quick, if you don't mind. Thank you. Alrighty, here he is. Beautiful double lung from the 7mm there. Gonna be a 125.35, paying almost $1,000 for a level 3. So they do pay halfway decent. There's a ton of them too. There goes a 4. Might as well yoink that guy real quick as well, if I can. He's dropping, but I didn't feel too good about that. Yeah, as you guys can see, you can get really carried away with these things. Strongly suggest hunting them. And yeah, coyote hunting is pretty dang simple. Set it to 2 o'clock in the morning, make sure you got your coyote gun, and anywhere there's water, there will be coyotes. But hey guys, if you enjoyed today's video, definitely let me know down below by smashing that like button, as it is much appreciated, and helps get the videos pushed to more people just like yourself. Also, if you're new here and you want to join up the Squid Gang, the Discord server link is down in the description. There's a ton of people in there who'd be more than willing to help you out. All the hotspot maps are in there, and if you guys wouldn't mind just simply clicking that subscribe button for free is very helpful. By far the best way that you can support the channel, as we just broke 9,100 subscribers already. We're on the road to 10K, guys. Let's keep up the good work. But as always, thank you guys so much if you did make it to this point in the video. My name is Squid, you're watching Squidster Outdoors, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.